The Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, whose major responsibility is to promote the physical development of the Niger Delta region and the estimation of the member states of the commission over the years, has been in the news for various reasons, some good and some bad. However, building a commission that people can hold accountable and trust is one of the major focus of the current administration. The NDDC is set to host a public-private partnership summit with the theme Rewind to Rebirth, Building a Sustainable Future and Broadening the Progress in the Niger Delta region. The summit promises to unleash unprecedented volume of development on the people of the region. At the summit, the vast areas of stakeholders will come together from various sectors and industries, both from within and outside the country, to explore opportunities to collaborate and invest in the region. Joining us on the show this morning to discuss how the current board intends to regain the trust of the people of Niger Delta, projects that they intend to embark on, and the Public-Private Partnership Summit is engineer Emmanuel Audu-Ohwavborua, former acting managing director of Niger Delta Development Commission, NDDC, chairman of the PPP committee, and a fellow of the Nigerian Society of Engineers. Good morning and welcome to the morning show.
Good morning. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for joining us.
Good morning, Ruben.
Yes, good morning. I'll just stay with the engineer. Audu.
Oh, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, okay. I think that's fine.
Yes.
I've been seeing adverts in the papers since yesterday, about this public-private partnership for NDDC, the Niger Delta Development Commission. A very controversial organization that has spent, is it 2.42 trillion in the last 15 years? The auditors, forensic auditors said, in fact, the figure is over 6 trillion. And now, you want to do public-private partnership to activate a section of the NDDC Act that says companies operating within the Niger Delta should give their money also to NDDC to provide alternative sources of funding. Who is going to give money to NDDC with all the stories that we have been hearing? So, okay, you have a summit tomorrow to tell companies, bring money, come and give us. Well, what has NDDC done with the money that government put into it? That's the big question.
Yeah. Once more, thanks for having me. The NDDC, the Niger Delta Development Commission,
yes,
is an arm of the presidency set up by a law, NDDC Act 2000. And the NDDC actually started its operation in the year 2001. And it started with what we call the quick impact projects, which were projects that were being done by UNPADEC but couldn't finish, as at the time UNPADEC became defunct. So the NDDC picked up those projects and completed them. And in the course of the business, around 2004, the NDDC decided to come out with an overall plan of developing the Niger Delta region. That plan was put up for the first 15 years, and it was launched by no other person than President Olusegun Obasanjo in 2007. Now, that plan envisaged that NDDC and other development agencies like the state government, local government, and other agencies like the River Basin authorities would work in concert to actually develop the region. We can say clearly that as at the time NDDC came into being UNPADEC, the Niger Delta region could at best be described as a squalor. Okay? The Niger Delta region is a wetland. It covers about 75,000 square kilometers, and today is home to over 40 million Nigerians. Now, if we follow the trajectory, the Niger Delta region has moved from that state of that squalor to where we can call ourselves a developing region right now. We are not there because the Act actually encouraged NDDC or directed or mandated NDDC to make that place orchestration, not NDDC alone, but NDDC is at the center to work in concert with other agencies to bring about this development to a state of prosperity. We are not there yet. And we've been, you asked a very brilliant question. What has NDDC done with the 2.4 trillion? And you're very correct. It is 2.4 trillion and it's not 6 trillion. The 6 trillion may be what have been budgeted, but the actual releases are about 2.45 trillion. And that, from inception for the 23 years of NDDC, that is all the money NDDC has spent. The salaries of the staff and the currently over 7,000 projects that have been completed all came from there. Those 7,000 projects that have been completed, they are valued at 1.6 trillion. And then we have over 3,000 projects that are ongoing currently. We have over 5,000 that we awarded but had to be cancelled because of lack of performance. So we've been doing this, but the region is not where we want it to be. And you journalists, you quote Einstein a lot. If somebody does something continuously in the same way and expects a different result, said there's no madness that is more than that. So this current board and management decided that let's change the story. The Act actually empowers us to go into partnership to bring about development to the region. And so the PPP committee was set up. And in their wisdom, they appointed me to be the chairman of the PPP committee. So what have we been doing? The PPP committee was inaugurated since January 12th. And we've been engaging with various stakeholders. You asked another question. Who will give you money? In the light of all this we've been hearing about NDDC, there is always a second side to every story.
All right.
We know that the NDDC, there is this corruption and all of that. But the truth is, there is a lot happening in NDDC that is not corruption. So I want us to look at the brighter side.
Okay. All right, so looking at the brighter side, and thanks for the clarification, we can see the passion, the way you speak. Tomorrow is the summit. Yeah. And in the adverts, we can see the array of speakers who are coming in. You're looking to attract not just local, but international investors as well. Now, the question that some people are asking is, if you're holding such a fantastic summit about the Niger Delta region, why are you not having it in the Niger Delta? I'm sure some groups have approached you because it would have been a fantastic opportunity to showcase the opportunities available there and also attract business to the people of Niger Delta. Hotel accommodation, food, some of your sites that they could see. Why have you chosen to come to Lagos to host such a big summit?
Brilliant question. Thank you very much. Why Lagos? First, we are having a summit. A summit is a meeting of minds of people with a common interest. And this summit is not an ethnic summit. It is a PPP summit. It is a summit where we want to talk to people about the projects we have and convince them to come and invest in the projects. People with funds, people with money. And we all know Lagos is the commercial center of Nigeria. It's the commercial capital. All the bank MDs in Nigeria, they are in Lagos. The headquarters of most of these blue chip companies, they are all in Lagos. So we will not go to brass to ask people to come to brass to give us money. So we have to come to their domain, come to their territory. That is why we chose Lagos, because the summit is about commerce. The summit is about investment. Investment opportunities abound in Lagos more than any other place in Nigeria. That is why we're in Lagos. Okay. And in any case, just a second, the summit is a day event. It is not a 3-day event where you now have people come in that day and leave that day. By 4 o'clock, the summit is over.
Okay. So a couple of things. Where is the chairman of the NDDC, Loretta Onoche, in all of this? Has she approved this? Because there have been a lot of reports. They say you are not even the chairman of the NDDC Committee on PPP. Honorable Olubenga Edema, a board member, is. He is the chairman, you are the chairman of the management committee on PPP. And you submitted the reports to Edema's NDDC Committee on PPP to study the reports. The committee is here to report to the board. You've gone ahead to implement the committee's submission. They say you are spending approximately close to 500 million naira without the authorization of the board, at variance with the procurement laws. And they say the chairman and the board are against the jamboree at due process. I checked I'll bring out that poster in the papers. I checked the poster. If NDDC was doing something, why is the chairman not here? Where's the picture of the chairman of NDDC in all of this?
Thank you very much.
And can you react to all the things I pointed out?
Let me start.
And they say you have no even authorization to come speak on this.
Just a second.
Yes.
See, the pictures here are resource persons. They are not, there is no picture of any NDDC person here. And in any case, I am not the chairman of the board committee on NDDC, on the board PPP committee, no. I am the chairman of the management committee on NDDC.
But the board has not ratified it. They've not approved it.
We have an MD CEO of the organization, and I'm sure later today the MD CEO is going to be speaking to those issues of board and management. The MD CEO, Dr. Samuel Obuku, will be speaking to those issues. I am a line staff. I'm a director of the commission, a director Delta State Office. And I don't have authorization to speak on issues concerning the board and the management. The MD CEO, who is also a board member, will speak to those issues later today.
Well, let me ask you, what's the relationship between the chairman of the Niger Delta Development Commission and the MD CEO? Because, I get the feeling that there's some crisis there. What is the crisis about? Is it about who signs the checks? Who approves money? Is there a problem like that we're likely to deal with later? And the second point, you are calling investors, you are calling private sector and all of that to come and contribute to NDDC. What are you proposing? What is in it for those private sector people that you are inviting? And why is it strictly by invitation? Is it that you are targeting some, because you never know. Some other private sector players may just say, I want to give money to NDDC, but your advice is attendance is strictly by invitation.
Okay, there's a lot to unpack in these questions you've asked. Anyway, like I said, the MD will be speaking today, the MD CEO. And that question about the relationship between board, chairman, I'm sure he will address it.
I hope the MD will agree to come here.
Well, media is media, so anyway.
Then we can ask him.
The other question about why strictly on invitation. Like I said, it is a summit, it's a meeting, okay? And if you call for the meeting, you've invited us, and as a matter of fact, let me clarify this. I am not here on my own. The MD CEO directed me to come here. As a matter of fact, I remember when we spoke, you requested that it is the MD CEO that you wanted to speak to. And he said, after the event, he would come to Arise to speak with you. But since I am the chairman of the committee, it is better that I speak concerning the summit. So, the people, we have invited them, and we have not invited them here to come and give us money, no. We want them to partner in the projects and programs that we have. And by tomorrow, you will see. You see, we should look at who benefits in this. It is the Niger Delta region. We are talking of building an east-west coastal rail line that starts from Calabar and terminates in Lagos. Imagine what that would do to the economy of the region. We should always think of who benefits. It is not us as NDDC staff, but the people of the Niger Delta region. That is why we're doing this. And the highlight of this summit, an American company, just a second, has agreed to sign an MOU with us to construct a rail line from Calabar all the way through the Niger Delta, 9 Niger Delta states to Lagos. So we should always think of who the beneficiaries are.
Well,
that is what drives this summit.
All right, okay. I wish we had more time with you, but like you mentioned, we're looking forward to having your MDCO speak to us around issues on accountability, money spent, money raised. Well, thank you so much for your time this morning, and we wish you a successful summit.
Thank you.